Regularly scheduled programming will not be seen tonight. Stay tuned for a Channel 2 Family to Family Stop the Violence special presentation. Action News Prime Time with Don Farmer.
The commander of the Atlanta Gangs and Guns Task Force, Lieutenant Woodrow Tripp, is hacking through 3 years' worth of kudzu. He used to hide here on a gang operation.
That's what I wanted you to see. At one time, this was a vibrant, living community with people, children playing.
This deserted apartment complex, Gordon Valley, here in southwest Atlanta, is a stark reminder of one gang's reign of terror and intimidation. Between 1988 and 1992, this gang was ruthless and successful. The gang members were close, like a family, bonded together by easy money, cocaine, and their motto, "I refuse to obey the law." Proudly, they called themselves the I Refuse Posse, and no one was prouder than Art Powell. He's 25 and recently has begun serving a 10-year sentence at the Macon Correctional Institution.
Those were my role models, the gangbangers, the guys that selling drugs, you know, those were my role models.
But first, Art had to prove himself to gang leader Butch Crawford. That opportunity came when Butch was cheated out of $14,000 of drug money.
They gave me a gun, so we went to the guy's girlfriend's house and waited on him to get there and took him behind the building. And I heard him.
What'd you do?
Kicked him in the face, pistol whooped him with the gun. And I was finna shoot him. But the guy, he was like, don't shoot him.
Did it feel good? You getting respect?
He got wrong, so I straightened it up. You know, I came in and handled his business for him.
But how did you feel about handling this guy, about beating him up?
It didn't stick in my mind. It didn't stick in my mind at all.
I mean, you didn't think, I'm hurting this guy and that feels good, or didn't feel bad, just didn't feel at all? That's how you got into the gang.
Yeah.
Art's ruthless violence paid off. The I Refuse leaders made Arthur their number 3 man.
My thing was like, I was like the strong arm of the crew.
The enforcer.
Enforcer.
For 2 years, between 1989 and 91, Art Powell was in and out of jail.
It was certain people we went after, and we got them.
And in and out of jail again.
The thing was get back, retaliate.
He was charged with 6 felonies, including the kidnapping of a 5-year-old boy for a drug ransom, and 26 misdemeanors.
A lot of cops feared me.
Running with the gang, Art learned how to beat the system.
I had some drugs that were sold so I could pay for my lawyer.
And how to handle witnesses.
Scare them.
Here in Gordon Valley, witnesses were scared to talk. When an Atlanta police officer tried to turn up the heat on the posse, they took out a contract on him. They blew up his car. And then the violence escalated when Butch got shot by a rival drug gang.
Butch was like God to me. I would have killed for him. I would have did anything for him. Because when I needed him, he was there for me. You know, he was like my dad.
Who shot him?
They said, well, Leonard did it. So I was like, I'm gonna kill him. For the next couple of weeks, we was on a mission. You know, he was like, anybody we think had an affiliation with him, his family, you know, anybody who we thought knew him in any way, we was getting them. We was snatching them up. We was, you know, just shooting, doing all kind of things.
Did you ever get Leonard?
Nah, he kept getting by, kept getting by. I mean, I had him like, it was a couple of times I had him. I could have had him, but he just kept slipping through my fingers.
You have any idea how many people you shot in your life?
Mm-mm.
You have any idea how many of people you shot died?
Mm-mm. I never stayed around to see.
What do you bet? What's your guess? Somebody did?
Probably.
I'm just trying to understand, you know? Your mind was clear, and you could pick up a gun and shoot somebody and not think twice about it.
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
You understand why that's hard for some people to grasp?
Well, I can understand why, but if they've never been where I've been or seen what I've seen or experienced the things I've experienced, they could never understand me. They can never understand what goes on through my mind.
But that's important, isn't it, at some point for people to understand you?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're here, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why you're here, and that's why I'm writing this book. I want people to know.
The book is Art's account of gang life, as told to Rosebud Green, a middle school teacher, and her daughter, a psychology major in college. They are, like many of us, trying to understand why gangs are so enticing to young men like Art.